Aquinas, obviously, famously, has 5 remedies for sorrow. Pleasure, weeping, the sympathy of friends, contemplating the truth, and finally sleep and baths. I love it.
And a glass of wine. He mentions that too.
He doesn't.
He doesn't?
No, that's a common misunderstanding. I know, it's not true though.
Ooh, a misquotation.
Yeah, I know, because I wrote a book on happiness and did a deep dive into this and was desperately looking for that quotation. Ah. Yes, I've heard that too. A good night, a large glass of wine, but he doesn't say it. I'd love to be proven wrong though. But here's the sed contra, the respondio, and I'd love, both. And I'd love you to talk a little bit about self-care. I'm not sure if you're aware of this phrase, but people a lot today are talking about the importance of self-care, which I think understood rightly is a good idea, but taken to an extreme might just be sort of solipsism or selfishness or abandoning one's duties. But anyway, he says, Augustine says, I had heard that the bath had its name from balneum, from the Greek, I'm not even going to try, from the fact of its driving sadness from the mind. And further on, he says, I slept and woke up again and found my grief not a little assuaged, and quotes the words from the hymn of Ambrose, in which it is said, sleep restores tired limbs to labor, refreshes the weary mind, and banishes sorrow. And so here's Aquinas' response. As stated above, sorrow, by reason of its specific nature, is repugnant to the vital movements of the body, and consequently whatever restores the bodily nature to its due state of vital movement is opposed to sorrow and assuages it. Moreover, such remedies, from the very fact that they bring nature back to its normal state, are causes of pleasure. For this is precisely in what pleasure consists, as is stated above. Therefore, since every pleasure assuages sorrow, sorrow is assuaged by such like bodily remedies.
Well, that's almost self-evidently true.
Yeah.
If you accept the psychosomatic unity.
That's right.
If, on the other hand, you're a Gnostic who believe that you create your own identity and your body is simply malleable material, it makes no sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you familiar? Who's that philosopher we had? We had to walk him up the stairs that time because the elevators were out. He wrote The Meaning of Sex. Jay Budziszewski.
Yeah. Oh, great man.
He's terrific. And I love what he said about the body. He says the body is equally a part of who you are, along with the soul. If it weren't, think of the absurdities that would result. When I kiss my daughter goodnight, it's merely me manipulating the husk which is not me and pressing it against the husk which is not her.
Yes.
I like that. But if you understand yourself as body and soul, then taking care of the body is to take care of you.
No chemist, when he kisses his wife, says this is only chemicals kissing chemicals.
I hope not. Thanks so much for watching. Please like if you liked, and if you loved, subscribe.